Not too
If
bad.
I'm giving like very like deep answers.
Deep?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say these are pretty deep. These are,
Not
Yeah,
you-
yeah.
you've been
Okay.
around long enough to know kind of what to say.
Okay.
All right.
I'll make stuff up anyway.
Yeah, whatever.
Perfect.
All right, so then when you say your response, just like say the question, like rephrase the question in your response. So if I say like, what made you decide to start running cross country, or what made you decide to start coaching? You say,
Right.
I started coaching because. So something
Okay.
like
Okay.
that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what
Well,
is
how do you want me to respond to what is my name? Do I need to rephrase that question?
Yeah, and like if you mess up, like just
Yeah.
edit it out.
Okay,
It's
no
not
big
big
deal.
if you mess up. Okay. So what is your full name and how many years have you been coaching?
My name is Russ Coleman, and I have been coaching for this past season, my 14th year coaching at Happy Horsham.
Yeah, just talk a little bit louder.
A little bit louder.
Yeah,
All right.
a little
Do
louder.
that.
So I'll ask it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get it right.
What is your name and how many years have you been coaching?
My name is Russ Coleman, and I've been coaching for, this is my 14th year.
What high school and what college did you run for?
I ran for Happy Horsham High School, and I ran for James Madison University.
What made you decide to start coaching?
It just seemed like a natural fit. I had
Rephrase the question.
rephrase the question. What made me decide to start coaching was I became a teacher after I graduated, and it just was a natural fit, having spent high school and college and a year after college being a competitive athlete. Just was a natural fit to continue to coach or to start to coach.
This is kind of like an open-ended question. It's not really into your interpretation. I wrote here define cross country. So it doesn't have to be the literal meaning, but like, what do you think cross country is all about?
I would define cross country in a couple different ways. One, there is what I would call the mental battle, the internal battle, because when you're racing for a 5K or beyond in cross country, there comes a point where your body just simply doesn't want to run any faster for any longer. And it's usually not at the end of the race. So on one hand, I would define it as a major mental battle. But at the same time, you have the individual competition with the members that you're racing against. So in that, I would define cross country as an all-out battle.
All right, that was a good answer. What is your favorite part about cross country?
My favorite part about cross country is the team aspect. You can have an outstanding individual. You could have multiple very successful individuals, but cross country is all about the team. It's all about 5 individuals out there competing against and with each other, and I love the team aspect.
Yeah, you kind of hinted at this part of it, but what do you think is the hardest part about cross country?
It's definitely the physical rigor.
Rephrase it.
What I find to be the hardest about cross country is the physical, overcoming the physical aspect of it. In other sports, not all sports, but in other sports, you have a time for a break, you have a pause between a play. Cross country is one all-out effort that you can't take a break at. You can't stop. You can't regroup. It's just, and that's the most difficult part is overcoming the physical pain of your body just naturally saying slow down.
That's interesting because Brandon said the exact same response.
Okay. Well, it's the challenge any runner goes through.
So what makes cross-country runners different from other athletes?
having never really coached another sport to define
Yes.
what makes a cross-country runner different than another athlete, I think maybe a better way to answer that question might just simply what makes a good cross-country runner or a successful cross-country runner is someone who possesses the ability to overcome the situation, to overcome the competition, to overcome the course, to overcome the fact that when you're relying on your cardio system and your legs, you can push yourself to almost complete exhaustion. And what might make a successful cross-country runner is someone who has the ability to push that limit repeatedly, throughout numerous competitions.
Okay, that was good. All right, this is my last question. So, what does it feel like to win a big race?
What does it feel like to run or to win? Let me repeat that. What does it feel like to win a big race or a championship race? Well, it's probably been personally over 20 years since I've won anything in a championship race. But I think ultimately it comes down to just being satisfied with knowing that you set a goal and achieve that goal. But at the same time, nothing quite can explain about being the best in that moment, in that day, in that race. It's a huge adrenaline rush for sure.
Okay, yeah, good. Thank you.
All right.